Throughout his life, Ryan dealt with his injury very well, always compensated. He's done very well because we raised him not to think he had a disability of any sort, that he was just like every other kid, even though he was receiving a lot of therapy from day one, basically. And but he adapted so very well.
Ryan's brachial plexus injury has never affected any physical challenge that I can remember. Later on, he played soccer at an early age, played Pop Warner football, played high school football, and also was pretty well at pole vaulting.
He sustained an injury during birth, and that injury ruptured C5 and C6 of the brachial plexus nerve bundle that actually feeds into your arm. Some people with this injury will have a recovery happen and it'll look like nothing happened. A large percentage, but then there's a small percentage that do have a deficit, and the deficit is that the nerve is not feeding the muscle to move. When that occurs, what happens is not only can the muscle not move in that pattern, it also may start getting a contracture at the joint. So like an elbow contracture may happen, a shoulder contracture may happen.
I observe Ryan in prone. First of all, because he is not strong in this position, he does not tolerate it well. In prone, with his arms at his sides, Ryan is unable to reach forward unless manually weight shifted to the left.
Throughout my life, this injury, it has challenged me to do better than my opponents, and that's just not in sports, it's in life itself. You know, we take muscle movements granted for every day, and I do the same. Even like, imagine if I couldn't move one of my legs the way I couldn't move my arms. You know, I can run as fast as any other person, you know, if I try hard enough, but the muscle movements that we take for granted, you know, we don't really understand, and we don't see what kids have to really go through on a day-to-day basis. And I'm very grateful that my injury is not worse than what it is now.
I was not going to pursue a lawsuit. I do remember exactly what happened during birth, and afterwards I called the doctor's office to speak with the doctor about what had happened, and he did not want to speak to me in any way, shape, or form. So after that happened, I decided I better go take the lawsuit.
We tried to always tell him that he could do things to give him a positive outlook, and it kind of paid off because Ryan does not let his injury get in his way to most extent. He's able to do whatever he wants to do every day, and he's shown great progress, and really proud of him.